IVM.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach Podcast, the bite-sized podcast filled with quick and easy, actionable habits. Remember, great habits create that awesome life. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. And today's fun fact of the day has to do with morals and morality. Did you know that some psychologists believe that morals originate from our hormones? This is a very interesting theory on the development of morals. We often believe that morals are what we learn from our parents. They teach us what is right, what is wrong. They teach us how to care for each other. This is also why some people believe that morals are genetic, passed down from one gene, as we often see a certain family behaving in a particular way. Or we believe that morals are something that organized religion teaches us. Different cultures seem to have different morals and structures around things. Some cultures have stereotypes of cheaters versus others are all goody-goody. The theory of hormones is an interesting one. All animals have genes. These help the animals survive and reproduce. Humans also have genes that trigger hormones like oxytocin and vasopressin, which prompt them to care for the young. This is so important because caring for the young fosters social ties and relationships. Hence, they believe that such caring for each other is the biological root of morality. Isn't that fascinating? Because the hormone teaches you to care, hence, caring is a part of morality. In order to survive and live together, we need these hormones to foster caring. But we also require the rules of society, the things taught to us by our parents and grandparents, things religion teaches us about right and wrong. I was reading a book the other day, and one line in that book really struck me. It read, "Do the right thing because it is the right thing to do." The book went on to say that use this as a tool to make decisions in your life. And I felt this was so powerful. Let me repeat it again. Do the right thing because it is the right thing to do. We often do the right thing because we are afraid of getting caught. We do the right thing because we are afraid of social humiliation. We do the right thing because we are afraid of getting whacked by our parents. We do the right thing because we are scared of the consequences of doing the wrong thing. This means that once the negative consequences go away, we will happily do it. If there was no punishment, we would be behaving very differently. A very simple and basic understanding of this is not waiting at a red light when driving, looking around to see are there any cameras, are there any policemen at the junction, and then breaking the red light. We go through these moments of dilemma. Now, I am not a saint. I have made so many such decisions. Things that went against my morals and values. Things that I would be ashamed to talk about. It's true. We have all had such moments in our life where the temptation was stronger than the morals. But I also know the amount of stress we live under when we do that. Feeling that fear every day. Or telling those 34 lies just to cover that one lie that we said. The line from the book gives us a good habit for us to follow. Do the right thing. Not for the praise you will get for doing it, or for the fear of punishment, or to impress others. Do the right thing because it is the right thing to do. And you'll always know what the right thing to do is. Often, it is so hard to fight that temptation. It is so hard to fight against doing the easy thing, the pleasurable thing. And like I said before, I've fallen into that trap many times. But as your habit coach, I want to impress upon you that your past is no reflection of your future. You can make different choices from today and have a different life ahead. So your simple habit starts by asking yourself, is this the right thing to do? Then do the right thing just because it is the right thing to do. Don't do it with an ulterior motive. Do it from a place of love. Or if you prefer, be true to that cocktail of hormones that we all are. Do the right thing because it is the right thing to do. So start these habits and share with us your progress using the hashtag #TheHabitCoach. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Ashton Doc on Twitter and Instagram. You can find lots more information on my website, awesome180.com, or check out different content on my YouTube channel called AWESOME180. That's Awesome 180.
I hope you enjoyed that show. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'd like to thank the sponsors on the network this week, CET, Cred, and Global Victoria. We thank you so much for making all of this possible. So this week on Cyrus Says, Tapsi Pannu was recently featured in the Netflix original Haseen Dilruba was on. They discussed her experiences in Bollywood and a whole lot more. On Begin the Journey, Ashish Vidyarthi enlightens us with his wisdom on how one can get freedom from their own thoughts or insecurities when they communicate with others. On The Millennial Athlete, Tanvi and Shlok fill us in on all the drama from the world of sports with Wimbledon, Euros, and World Test cricket making headlines every day. On Postcards from Nowhere, Utsav Momoria kicks off a new series, Beneath the Veneer. We travel to the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, where he takes us through his first experience of encountering the Red Sea. We have a brand new show, Misconduct. It's a true crime show hosted by Ragvi, a lawyer, and Nisha, a PR pro. They tell us about the story of Cyanide Malika, the lady who offered cyanide-laden sweets to women and after they died, loot their gold. On the Global Victoria Tech Talks podcast, we showcase some compelling new tech stories coming out of Melbourne. On one episode, Pawan Srinath speaks to Joe Agan from Nelnet International, where they discuss how the pandemic has affected the edtech sector and its evolution. Another episode has Varun Digirala talking to Ross Simons from Big Ant Studios about the gaming ecosystem and how they envision translating a sport to a game. And with that, I hope to see you again next week.
2020 is a difficult year. A global pandemic, protests, elections, recessions, you get the picture. What we need is a space where we can have nuanced discussions about global affairs and foreign policy. That's where I come in. My name is Hamsini Hariharan and I host the States of Anarchy podcast. Every second Tuesday, I speak to experts in the field of international relations to make a little more sense of the world. So join me on the IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you're listening to me right now.